He's already the country's leading recording artist.
That's real good, but it's still fat.
And a national treasure.
Oh, you always had an interesting way of saying hello.
Now, 20th Century Fox proudly presents Kenny Rogers in his first major motion picture, Six Pack.
You race car driver, mister?
Used to be. Gentlemen, start your engine.
Most unusual story in years.
It's a Grand National race.
Brewster Baker, who's been off the circuit, has been burning up the smaller tracks for the last 4 months with the help of a pit crew of kids.
What are we going to do for a car?
I don't know, maybe we could steal one. God, I believe it.
Well, it's your mind. Kenny Rogers in Six Pack. They're gonna steal your heart.
Born in the arms of the USA, raised on a rock and roll song. The Live Stream Code and Rating Administration has rated this online event PG. All ages admitted. Please be kind and stay on topic.
Good evening. Welcome to the Good Stuff Live. My name is Dave Sundstrom. And if you like talking about music, movies, mostly TV, classic TV, you've come to the right place. Tonight, I thought we would dedicate the hour to the incredible Dolly Parton. And as everyone in the live stream here, in the chat room, as we all know, we lost Dolly on the 25th. And it appears that she had a fairly aggressive form of cancer. There was a comment, a cryptic comment that she made a few months back about not taking care of herself when she was dedicating so much time to caring for her husband. And it appears that maybe, just maybe, she let that one get away from her. She lived to the ripe old age of 80. And Dolly Parton, God bless her, you know, so many celebrities these days are polarizing, right? You either have one side of the political spectrum like them or the other. But Dolly, regardless of who you were, what your beliefs were, religious, political, or otherwise, it was hard not to love this woman. Her heart was pure. She was always looking for ways to do good. And the fact that she was an entertainer and wrote dang good songs and was fun to watch on TV and in movies, well, that was just icing on the cake. She was just a darn good human being. So tonight we remember Dolly Parton. And I'd like to go to the chat and say hello to everybody, and then we'll start our memories in earnest, if that's all right with everyone. So let me go over to the comments section, or the chat, I should say. And I know we've lost a lot of other folks in the last little bit. Tim Curry, we lost. Hayden Panettiere, we've lost. Who else did we lose? We lost someone else big in the last little bit. JP Morgan, Gong Show. And there's a couple others too. I mean, as we get older, this is going to happen a whole lot more frequently, folks. It's going to happen a whole lot more frequently. And I'll be truthful with you all. I am not going to have a live stream for every single person that passes away. I will remember them all and how they entertained me and the impact and influence they had on me in my heart. There'll be some people that I make a video about. There'll be other people like Dolly that's so impactful, so monumental that there's no choice but to get together with all of you and celebrate her life. And then we've got my pal in the chat here, Steve Tevis from The Life and Sad Ending, and it's what he does best. And I prefer to leave a lot of the memorializing to him. So if you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, you should, because there's no one on YouTube that does it better than him. Let's see. In the chat, we've got Danny Staten says, greetings from South Carolina. You're a troublemaker, pal. This whole crap about my band, The Weeds here. Yeah, I'm going to foist some Welk on you in the not too distant future. And yes, you are the first. Congratulations on that. It's so awesome to have you here tonight, Danny. Let's see. Channel member Rachel in the 208 is here. And channel member Queen Casey 2, welcome. Happy Monday to you. Channel member Angela McArdle. You notice I'm saying channel member a lot. Thank you to you fine folks who, you pony up a few coins each month to support the channel. I can't tell you how appreciated it is. Thank you so much. Let's see, Peter Cullen, that's the other one I was trying to remember, the voice of Optimus Prime and Eeyore. Thank you for reminding me about that, Angela. Chris is here, a.k.a. Kenneth Wilkinson, 8244, but we like to call him Chris. Let's see. And Chris reminds us that on August 31st, 1997, we lost Princess Diana. Now that was a passing that came all too soon. I still remember, I believe it was a Sunday. So I have this memory of being a lazy Sunday in bed with my wife. We were fairly newlyweds at that point. I guess we had been married a handful of years, but we were still young, without children, and a lazy Sunday morning, and then watching the newscast about what had happened. Horrible. 29 years ago, points out Angela McArdle. And congratulations, Angela, to your folks on your mother and your stepfather's wedding anniversary. 42 years is nothing. That is nothing to sneeze at, I should say. It's an amazing accomplishment. Adrian James is here. Welcome, Adrian. Good to have you with us. Let's see. Angela says, I started school again this morning, photography class and an intro to health administration. Well, good for you. I'm so excited to hear that you're back in an academic environment. You know what? In the Sundstrom home, we believe that you never stop learning. My wife in particular is a huge fan of learning. And of course, I teach 2 nights a week at a local community college, a technical college here in Utah. Let's see. So I hope you have, hope everything goes well with you. There he is, my pal Steve Tevis. Howdy. Good to have you here with us, Steve. Welcome. And let's see. Who else do we have? I don't want to miss anyone. Ward says, greetings, everyone. As happy as I am to celebrate Miss Parton, I wish it were under happier circumstances. Yeah, for sure. It's not great that she's left us, and flags across the nation are all at half-mast. But what a life this lady left. What a life this lady lived. I'm having a hard time talking tonight. Channel member Tracy Roth Myers is here. Great to have you with us. And Sarah, welcome to the live stream as well. Let's see. We got Roro 1263, J6J, welcome. Good to have you with us as well. Let's see. And channel member Angela McArdle says, I never saw Six Pack. Hard to find on DVD now. I'm not sure if it's available on any of the streaming services, but it's a fun movie. Lots of great actors who star as the kids. Anthony Michael Hall's in there, Diane Lane, and of course the Erin Gray, Wilma Deering herself, is the love interest for Kenny in that show. Let's see. Did I say hello to channel member Rachel in the 208? If I haven't, I should, even though she picks on the weeds here in a little bit too. You're very welcome, Ward. Glad to be able to do this for you. And there's my retro buddy, BK on the air, also known as Barry King, who says, rest in peace. She was an international treasure. Hey, look at that. Terrell Ballinger, a.k.a. Stewie Griffin, fan 1986. Good to have you with us, Terrell. Ward Arcade says, okay, but I'm still sad and in shock about Miss Parton no longer being in the world. Yes, we all are. I don't think any of us thought she was going to leave, including her, up until, I think over the past few weeks, maybe she had an inkling, but I don't think, you ask her a year and a half ago, I don't think she thought she'd be saying so long to this world so quickly. Gosh darn it. Seen a lot of folks just saying hi back and forth. There's Dorothea Walker. She says, I'm scared that Willie is next. Well, I hope not. He's a tough bugger, Willie is, so I never know. Let's see. Queen KC2 says, I saw, talking to Barry King, I caught Saturday's show and it was awesome. Folks, WBHF. You can listen to them on iHeartRadio, Spotify. Saturday mornings is the place you need to be. If you're like doing chores around the house, something like that, I like to do yard work. You fire up the WBHF because Barry King has got his wonderful, wonderful show, BK on the Air. It's all about retro, just like the stuff we talk about here. And you know what? He's much better at it than I am. He's got a voice for radio, and he's just so smooth. Love listening to Barry King. I don't always catch him on Saturday mornings, but I always catch him after the fact. WBHF has their own standalone app as well, and you can listen to it there. Terrell says Dolly's passing was like another piece of our formative childhoods being gone forever, for sure. For sure. And Ward asks, did anyone get to see her in person when she wasn't on stage? I certainly didn't. Oh, look at this. Gary Carpenter points out the same thing that I did about Willie Nelson. Tough old bird. And this was back when we were watching the Weeds on the screen, singing the classic unreleased hit, Dave Sundstrom favorite, Rumble in Babylon. Love that rock and roll with a banjo in it. Asking if that was Alanis Morissette. It is not. I do not know the name of the young lady that was singing there. I don't even know the name of the two individuals who are the Weeds. That was their one and only song. And it was only on WTBS Night Tracks a couple of times. And that was it. It was never, as far as I know, it was never released nationally. And maybe based on what you are all telling me, there's a reason, but I love it. And that's the thing about music, right? It's very subjective. We all have different things that we like, and I just like that song for some reason. It works for me. Danny Staten says, oh, no, I don't know who that is singing, but oh, my, it's dreadful. And there are others that chime in, but I'm going to read Dorothea Walker's comment. She says, almost everyone I loved from my youth is now gone, really filling my age. It happens, right? As we get older and older, we start to really see those people that we watched on television and in movies. No one lives forever. No one lives forever. Let's see. Channel member Rachel on 208 says, ugh, my ears. Another non-Weeds fan. I told you guys, okay, next time it's Lawrence Welk. You know I love the Lawrence Welk, man. Nick Mamonis is here. Welcome. Good to have you with us tonight, Nick. We're going to talk all about all about Dolly Parton. I was looking at Danny Staten's final commentary on the Weeds. Eek. Oh, wait, no, that was about me playing Welk next time. Oh, yes, and we lost Shelley, too. Wife of BJ Honeycutt, Mike. Good gravy. I'm drawing a blank on Mike's last name. But yeah. And Danny says, not Welk. That's real punishment. Well, there you go, pal. Dissing on the Weeds. Let's see. What do we got here? Some comments about Roseanne. I'm going to skip through those. And let's see. Oh, Dorothea didn't enjoy the ads. Well, I have some Dolly Parton ads I'm going to play later on. I hope you don't mind those. I like to, I know that you don't attend our live streams very often, but I do enjoy Dorothea playing vintage music videos, vintage video clips, vintage commercials, a lot of. So hopefully you don't mind that too darn much. Ward says, thank you very much. Doing honor for Miss Parton. Absolutely. Yeah, we lost Bonnie Tyler not too long ago. Yeah, Peter Cullen, the Transformer guy, voice of Optimus Prime. Roger 1938 here says, started tearing up the moment I heard the news about Dolly, a true humanitarian. Isn't that neat that that's where we go instead of like saying, oh, she was a wonderful singer or a wonderful actress. It was the type of human being that she was, that she will be remembered best for, even over and above her music and everything else that she left us, right? Have to check that out. Channel member Angela McCardle says Buckingham Palace did a nice rendition of 9 to 5. I'll check it out. Let's see. And Ward Arcade says, I was in shock, and so was virtually everyone else at work when we learned the sad news. Yeah. Yeah. Dorothea says she made a whole lot of money, yet used it to help others and built Dollywood to give people jobs. You know, that's one thing I've never been able to do, and I really do want to do. I want to go to Dollywood. That is on my bucket list of places to go. I'm not a big theme park guy, really, but I'd really like to go to Dollywood. And channel member Angela McArdle points out that her Imagination Library helped millions, I dare say, of children really develop and foster a love for reading, right? She would provide books free of charge to kids that otherwise probably wouldn't have books in their homes. Let's see. Gary says, my sister and brother-in-law have been to Dollywood, but I didn't go. Well, I think we need to go. Still a great way to support Dolly and her causes, right? And channel member Angela McArdle says, my son got her books. It's awesome. I think there's a link. I checked a box so that there could be a link to anybody that wanted to donate to her Imagination Library. So look around on your page. You might see something there. If you feel so, if you feel the desire, there's an opportunity for you to help her out, even posthumously, right? Let's see. Government phone points out that Princess Diana died 30 years ago today. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Danny says, if I try to Google your band, Weeds, I get some old 60s rock band. Nope, it's not the same one. Like I said, this is a very unknown band. I stumbled across these guys, and I did some research, and I was able to find where, like, not nationally, but locally, the single Rumble in Babylon was released regionally in a certain area. And but it never got a lot of airplay. I think it only aired a couple times on night tracks, and I happen to have one of those airings, and I love to share it every now and again. Sorry that some of you didn't enjoy it as much as I did. Okay, let's see. Talking about other folks that have passed on. Hey, Tom, good to have you here as well. Let's see. Steve Tevis says, I was in Nashville in 2009 walking on the street. I looked over and there was Dolly Parton in the flesh. I posted a photo I took of her over on my channel community page. I saw that photo, Steve. That's an awesome photo. And thank you so much for sharing. Let's see. And thank you, channel member Angela McArdle, for jumping in and supporting the Weeds. Let's see. Danny Staten says, if you type in six-pack full movie, you can watch it here on YouTube. That's the beauty of YouTube, right? A lot of fun. Good movie. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, thank you so much for hanging with us for a little while, Dorothea. Sorry you're having issues with YouTube. Let's see. Gary Carpenter says, I just found her Christmas special where she has the whole family with her. On YouTube? That might be fun to watch as we get closer to the holidays, right? All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me make sure I said hello to everybody. I think I've said hello. I'm going to scroll through real quick and make sure. History on the Loose is here. Says you're on a class act. By the way, you talk about Miss Dolly. Thanks. Well, thank you so much, History on the Loose. Let's see. Albert Nada Retro is here. Says, I'm broke right now, but I'm here for the Dolly Parton special. It's free of charge. Hang out with us, right? Hang out. Let's see. Who else is here that I haven't said hello to? Just scrolling through. Mike Farrell. Thanks, Nick Mamonis. Appreciate that. Mike Farrell. And I always mess up on her last name. Is it Faberé? Faberé is, I think, is how you say her last name. Let's see. Frank Beard. Yeah, good point. We lost another member of ZZ Top. Gosh darn it. We are getting old. I watched that video of Dolly and Miss Piggy earlier today. Still scrolling through. Yes, 1987, Dolly did have a variety TV show. And it was a lot of fun. And sadly, it did not last as long as it should have. It did not last as long as it should have. Oh, Raja, 1938. I was going to mention this, and so we'll do it right here. Any Dolly fan should watch the Orville episodes featuring her and her music. Absolutely. The Orville is on Hulu or Disney Plus, and Dolly plays, I think it's third season. I thought it was just one episode, but maybe there's two where she's in it. She's great in The Orville. The Orville is, if you watch Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation, then just never felt like the rest of the shows really were as good as those two, The Orville for me is the next. It's not quite up to Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation, but to me it's better than anything that followed those two shows. So thanks for pointing that out. I loved her appearance on The Orville. Barry King, aka BK on the Air, says, I never heard any reporter, celebrity, political figure speak ill or even say anything negative about Dolly. Yeah. And you know what? I bet you didn't find anything, or you've never heard Barry or anyone else, her say anything negative about anyone else. That wasn't in her nature. Many times reporters would try to get her to say something, and she never would. She never would. Just scrolling through to make sure I've said hello to everybody. Andy Montemayor says in 9 to 5 she stole the show and she sang the theme song. Yep. She's awesome. Welcome, Andy. Great to have you with us. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play a video, just a few memories that I have of Dolly, not a whole heck of a lot. Then I'm going to share a few comments that some celebrities and musicians have said about her. I'm going to go back to you and let you share any memories that you have about her. So I'll look it through the chat and see if there's things that I need to share. And then we will watch the Dolly Parton commercials, and then we'll play Dolly Parton trivia. And we're going to try to do it all in, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. We got a lot to do tonight. So with that said, let me go ahead and fire up the video real quick. The first time I recall hearing the name Dolly Parton was way back in 1977, when I stumbled across this TV Guide article by Neil Hickey. In it, she says that she decided to write songs at the age of 5. When I was that age, my biggest concern was what cartoons I was going to watch on Saturday morning. It's clear to me that even at that young age, Dolly was truly something special. While I've never been a huge country music fan, I have always been a fan of this special lady. Her bright light dimmed just a bit yesterday when she left us, but fortunately for us all, she left us many gifts, not just her songs, movies, and TV shows, but also her example and in the way she lived her life. Now that she's gone, let's all try to keep the spirit of Dolly alive by mirroring the kindness that she demonstrated to anyone and everyone, day in and day out. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. All right, let me put this on the screen. If I can, here, let's see. There we go. This was posted by her family. Global icon and humanitarian Dolly Parton, known to the world as a beloved singer, songwriter, philanthropist, actress, playwright, and author, died peacefully today. This was posted on August 25th in Nashville, Tennessee. She was 80 years old. We'll skip the paragraph where it talks about those who preceded her in death. It is important to know that she was married to her husband, Carl, for 59 years. A rhinestone life that shone bright enough for the world to see. Dolly will forever stand as an inspiration, not only through her timeless music and prolific songwriting, but also her wit, warmth, and kindness that made us all feel like family. Dolly's legacy is one of love, compassion, and resilience. With a 7-decade career, she inspired multiple generations of artists and fans with her music and an unwavering commitment to making the world a better place. Her songs will continue to resonate with people of all ages, and her philanthropic work will have a lasting impact. At Dolly's request, a small private service will be held. I believe that was held either yesterday or today for immediate family. Dolly's fans and friends from around the world are encouraged to pay tribute to Dolly on social media by tagging @Dolly Parton or by leaving a message at dollyparton.com. In lieu of flowers, the family asks for donations to be made to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library at imaginationlibrary.com. Again, I think I posted, I think there's an opportunity to do that right here from the YouTube page if you so desire. No pressure though. Time magazine, immediately upon hearing the news, changed everything up. Dolly Parton is now the cover of the current issue of Time magazine. And they so very aptly point out that Dolly Parton's life was a true Cinderella story. Julie Roberts said Dolly was a magical and joyous human. I hold knowing her as a treasure in my life. Jimmy Fallon points out again that he was lucky enough to work with the one and only Dolly Parton. I saw so many comments like this over on X. Just a wonderful, fun lady to be around. Reba McIntyre says, Dolly, thank you for all the wonderful things you did for us here on Earth, your love, your music, and you gave so much with your huge, huge heart. There will never be another you. She's going to have a blast in heaven singing all her favorite songs with all her family and friends who have gone on before her. I will always love you. Paul Stanley found this picture of Dolly that she had posted when she was honoring Kiss, and Paul, of course, reciprocated on the 25th, saying, with all Dolly did for music, entertainment, and incredible generosity for charities, including her Imagination Library for Children, this small acknowledgement token was an honor that I was thrilled to see. There will never be another Dolly Parton. Rest now. Jane Fonda said, and Jane went a little political, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read the first part. I never knew anyone like her. She was simultaneously a naughty, playful Southern gal from the hollows of Tennessee and a deep, soulful thinker who could see through people right down to their true selves. Rest in peace, beautiful woman. We love you. James Wood says, one of the great joys of my life was making Straight Talk. Boy, by the way, I like that movie an awful lot, folks. If you haven't seen it, you should. To celebrate her 80th birthday, she re-recorded the movie's theme song, Light of a Clear Blue Morning. She is the nicest person I ever met. How about that? She is the nicest person that I ever met. And I will cherish her forever. Paul McCartney said, the magnificent star Dolly Parton has died, and it is so sad. Her songwriting, her singing, and her philanthropy were unrivaled in the world of country music, and it's hard to imagine living in a world without Dolly. He goes on to say that it was such a great honor to have her sing Let It Be, and then ends by saying, thanks, Dolly, for the beautiful music you gave me and the whole world. We will always love you. You were the best. Miley Cyrus, who, boy, that if I say any more, it's an answer to a trivia question, so I'm not going to say any more. But she revealed that Dolly Parton was secretly battling cancer, but didn't say anything, and instead released a song as one of her last to raise funds for children with cancer. Even while she was sick, she was still thinking about others. And she closes it by saying she's absolutely devastated and not wanting us to forget how awesome Dolly was. She says, reminder that Dolly Parton didn't leave this world as some fragile lady. She left like a hot rock star in heels and leather. I love that. What a great post by Miley Cyrus. What a great post. Let me get back on the screen here if I can. There I am. All right. I want to read a few of your comments, so I'm going to go back to the chat. And let's see. Tom says, I've seen some country biggies, but never saw Dolly. Yeah, I haven't seen her live either, but I've seen her on television a lot. I feel like I know her. I feel like I'm familiar with her performances because of what I saw on television and in the movies, and then other performances on variety shows and that type of thing. Albert Nada Retro says, don't forget that thing that I posted about Dolly. I'm going to have to look it up. So give me a moment while we're watching the vintage commercials, and I'll go back and find it again. And if I can, I will share it. Let's see. What else do we got? Gary points out that Kenny and Dolly had a Christmas special. Let's see. Gary Carpenter also points out it was called A Smoky Mountain Christmas. Channel member Tracy Rothmeyer says, I love Dolly and Steel Magnolias. That movie still brings me to tears. Oh, my goodness. Nick points out that 9 to 5 is on Netflix. And Tom says, going back to the name Hungry Jerk soon. You know what? You should. That's how I know you. Otherwise, I'm like, who is this Tom guy? Yeah, Steel Magnolias was awesome, but very, very just gut-wrenching, at least for me. Channel member Angela McCardle says, I found out her film A Smoky Mountain Christmas was directed by Henry Winkler. I didn't know that. And Chris says, I love the song Dolly sang with Kenny Rogers, Christmas Without You. There you go. Ward Arcade says, I don't want to read this one. It could be a trivia question. Okay. Melina says, Miss Dolly made song in studio when she was 13 years old. I know she's been writing songs since she was 5 and recording since, as Melina points out, a very young age. Terrell says Dolly and her husband Carl are now reunited in forever and eternity. And Ward says she regularly sang on Knoxville TV on the Cass Walker Show starting when she was 10. Holy cow. Government phone remembers Straight Talk as well. And Raja 1938 points out that Dollywood built a recreation of the tiny house that she grew up in with her 11 siblings. Let's see. Ward Arcade says, I like Miss Parton's story about how she took on a grease pole climbing challenge when she was 11 to win money to buy her family a TV set. Yeah. There's some comments about Miley here. Could be a trivia question. I'm not going to read them. Melina says Tammy Wynette first appeared on TV when she was 26. So yeah, quite a bit older. Nick Mamona says you can hear Dolly's first recording, Puppy Love. It's now on YouTube. Tanya, what's her name? What's Tanya's last name? Oh my goodness, drawing a blank. But yeah, she was much younger when she started. Tanya Tucker. Whitney Houston famously covered, this is from Terrell, Dolly's I Will Always Love You for the Bodyguard soundtrack. Yeah, huge hit. That whole soundtrack was big for Whitney Houston. And you know what? The song worked equally well there as it did in the Best Whorehouse in Texas, right? Where I first heard Dolly sing it with Burt Reynolds. And of course, that song was written years and years before for someone else. And that might be a trivia question too. So I'm not going to say anything more. I see conversation about who sings I Will Always Love You better. You know what? Music is a very subjective thing, like movies and TV shows. Someone can say that Whitney sang it better. Someone can say that Dolly sang it better. But hey, we are here to celebrate Dolly tonight. So it's in the comments in the Sherman Hemsley video. Thank you so much for helping me with that. I'll go look while we're watching the commercials. Problem is, and I apologize for this, but I respond to so many comments, and I remember responding to it. But there's so many comments on so many different videos that I try to respond to that things just start to blur a little bit for me. Let's see. What were Dolly's 2 biggest hits? Well, 9 to 5 had to be one of them. And I would think that I Will Always Love You. But there's another one. Oh, man, I don't know if this is a trivia question. Could be. Of course, Jolene. Huge, right? Oh, channel member Tracy Rothmeyers points out Dolly's duet with Kenny Rogers, Islands in the Stream. Yeah, that was a great one. And Roro says Jolene. Yeah. All right, how about this? I think I'm caught up on comments. Thanks, everybody, for taking time to remember Dolly with me tonight. We've got more to do. We're going to play some Dolly Parton trivia, but first we're going to watch a little bit of some Dolly Parton commercials. Not too many, just 3, I think. And I'll see if I can track down that comment by Albert Nada Retro, and I'll share that with you all here if I can find it, and I'll be right back. So here we go.
And now, these messages.
Working at the Golden Nugget is exciting.
Exciting.
That's right. You know who stays in this room? Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
You know who slept in that bed? Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers is my favorite.
And you know who bit this toast? Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton is the best.
And this is the room where they make the Golden Nugget commercials with Steve.
Who?
Steve.
We just think she's cute and adorable, and we'd all just kill to look like her and sing like her.
All of America's talking about Dolly.
She has so much light. She projects so much love.
She's so bubbly and exciting.
I wouldn't miss Dolly Parton on Sunday night, no way.
Dolly, Sundays.
Oh, hi, fellas. I'd love to help you out, but I'm just too busy getting ready for the season. The cast is almost ready for our spectacular new musical, Paradise Road, and we've just built America's highest, fastest waterfall ride, Daredevil Falls. Now I have to talk to these folks from Food City because they're selling our season passes at a real special price. Guys, I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to do your commercial without me.
Same with season passes from Food City.
How was that, guys?
All right, I am back. Let me see if I can share that page here. Hang on a second. Share screen, video comments. We don't need to share audio here. Let's see. Let me go full screen on that. This is Albert's comment. It was great. He said, "We've undoubtedly lost one of the greatest forces for good in the one and only backwoods Barbie, Dolly Parton. A true queen of country music and a beloved international superstar, she was the epitome of legend. And quite frankly, the term legend is used with too much and far too little thought behind it. This woman was the goat of goats. She put in the Country Music Hall of Fame. She was put in the Country Music Hall of Fame on September 22nd, 1999 at the 33rd Annual Country Music Awards. And then on November 5th, 2022, Dolly was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And she'd never even recorded a rock album, although she did afterwards. And yes, it's a darn fine album, by the way. At first, just to interrupt here, Dolly didn't really know if she wanted to accept the award, but she was convinced to accept it, and it's well-deserved. In 1984, Dolly received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and in 2025, Dolly received the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. This award recognizes her extensive humanitarian efforts and contributions to the film industry. In 1995, Dolly started her Imagination Library, which is inspired by her father not being able to read or write. With her mentor and friend Porter Wagner, when her mentor and friend Porter Wagner was in financial hardship, Dolly bought out his music to help him and then returned it to him as a Christmas gift. She used the money she made from Whitney Houston's cover of I Will Always Love You to revitalize a shopping center in Houston's hometown and called it the house that Whitney built. On May 1986, she opened her theme park, Dollywood, which is located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. This no doubt brought many jobs to the area. She did her best to use her gifts to bring joy to people's lives and use the fruits of her labors to try and help others where she could. She earned her respect amongst her peers and deserved every accolade she received, both professional and personal. Simply put, you aren't allowed to not love Dolly Parton. She was a little piece of heaven on earth and the greatest force for good since Jesus. Rest in peace, Blue Grass Angel. Well said, Albert Nada Retro. Thank you for sharing that. And I remember reading that and was very touched by your thoughts. Okay. How about we do some Dolly Parton trivia? You guys up for that? Let me find the trivia questions. And I think we have 15 questions, so I'll probably stop every 5 questions and get scores for those who want to share it. Now, the way we do this is it's an honor system, so you can keep track of your answers and your scores. If you want to put your answers in the chat, feel free. Just make sure they're right? You don't want to some poor other person that be influenced by your wrong answer. And those that don't want to be influenced at all, don't look at the chat right now while we play. You can shut that down if you want. I think you can collapse that part of the web page if you don't want to see the chat. So I'm going to set this up, and while we're setting it up, we'll listen to this.
It's time to test your trivia skills. Just how much you know about the shows that thrill. Will you be at the top of the game today? Or will you just wish it all went away? You never know when it's trivia time. It's trivia time. It's Mother FM trivia time. So yippee-ki-yay, let's play.
Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and put that full screen, or no, let me blow it up a little bit here so that everybody can see it better. Let's see what that looks like. That looks a little better. Maybe I can go just a tiny bit bigger. Let's see what it looks like if I go just a skosh bigger. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Where was Dolly Parton born and raised? Your choices are Lexington, Kentucky, Sevierville, Tennessee, Asheville, North Carolina, or Nashville, Tennessee. Again, your choices are Lexington, Kentucky. Let me start a timer. Let's get a timer going. There we go. Lexington, Kentucky, Sevierville, Tennessee, Asheville, North Carolina, or Nashville, Tennessee. The question again is, where was Dolly Parton born and raised? Take a swig of mine. This is a lime cucumber flavorade. It's just something you put in your water, right? Trying to not drink as much Diet Coke as I normally do, so. Correct answer is going to be Sevierville, Tennessee. She was born in a one-room cabin on the banks of the Little Pigeon River in Pittman Center near Sevierville. Next question. How many siblings does Dolly Parton have? We start the timer. Your choices are 11, 13, 9, or 7. A is 11. B is 13, C is 9, or D is 7. How many siblings does Dolly Parton have? I think I know this one. Correct. Dolly was the fourth of 12 children born to Abby Lee and Robert Lee Parton, giving her 11 brothers and sisters. Next question. Which country music star invited Dolly to join his syndicated television show in 1967, launching her to national fame? Your choices are A, Porter Wagoner, B, Conway Twitty, C, Johnny Cash, or D, George Jones. If you've been paying attention to the conversation, some of the comments that I've read from the chat, I think you probably can figure this one out. Again, which country music star invited Dolly to join his syndicated TV show in 1967? Porter Wagoner, Conway Twitty, Johnny Cash, or George Jones? Correct answer is Porter Wagner. She replaced Norma Jean as the girl singer on his extremely popular weekly music program. Okay. Dolly wrote her iconic song, I Will Always Love You, as a professional farewell to which person? Starting the timer. Your choices are A, Porter Wagner, B, Burt Reynolds, C, Kenny Rogers, or D, Carl Thomas Dean. Again, this is the song we were talking about earlier, I Will Always Love You, one of Dolly's biggest hits, and she wrote it as a professional farewell to which person? A, Porter Wagner, B, Burt Reynolds, C, Kenny Rogers, or D, Carl Thomas Dean. Correct answer there is going to be Porter Wagner. She wrote the song to express her gratitude and sadness upon leaving his TV show to pursue a solo career. And before we get to scores, question number 5. Which famous pop star is Dolly Parton's goddaughter? Your choices are A, Miley Cyrus, B, Taylor Swift, C, Selena Gomez, or D, Kelly Clarkson. Again, the question is, which famous pop star is Dolly Parton's goddaughter? A, Miley Cyrus, B, Taylor Swift, C, Selena Gomez, or D, Kelly Clarkson. Take the timer off the screen. Let's reveal the correct answer, which is Miley Cyrus. Due to Dolly's close friendship with country singer Billy Ray Cyrus, she became the godmother to his daughter. We'll stop right there for a minute. I'm going to go full screen. There I am, and we're going to read some scores. So right now I'm 5 out of 5, folks. How you doing? 5 out of 5. A government phone points out that Lynn's family had 8 kids, and Crystal was the baby of the family. Yeah. Channel member Angela McArdle is 5 out of 5 as well. We are a bunch of Dolly fans. Nick Mamone is 5 out of 5. Channel member Queen Casey 2, 5 out of 5. Terrell Bellinger, 5 out of 5. Albert Nada Retro, 4 of 5 because you missed the first one. That was an easy one to miss. Government phone is 5 of 5. Channel member Tracy Rothmeyer's 3 of 5. Channel member Rachel in the 208, 5 of 5. Word Arcade, 5 of 5. Gary Carpenter, 5 of 5. Chris is 1 out of 5. Christine Evan Halder, welcome to the live stream, 4 of 5. Roro 1263, 5 of 5. Channel member Sean Ennis, 3 for 5 of the ones you heard. Tom, aka Hungry Jerk, 4 of 5. And I think that is it for scores, at least folks that are sharing scores. Oh, wait, we got Andy. Andy Montemayor is 3 of 5 as well. Okay. Good job, everybody. A reminder, you know what? The scores, it's fun to keep score, right? Fun to see how everybody does and keep score. But remember, the most important thing with anything like this is just to have fun. All right, let's get to the next 5 questions. I'm going to go full screen here. Full screen. What do you think about that? Get my mug off the screen here. Question number 6. In 1986, Dolly opened her theme park, Dollywood. In which Tennessee city is it located? Your choices are Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, Chattanooga, or Gatlinburg. And I forgot to start the timer, so let's start the timer here. We're talking about Dollywood, which she opened up in 1986. Her theme park is located in what Tennessee city? Your choices are A, Knoxville, B, Pigeon Forge, C, Chattanooga, or D, Gatlinburg. Where is Dollywood located? I think I know this one, even though I've never been there and would like to go someday. Oh, I should probably take the timer off the screen. There we go. Incorrect answer, I believe, is Pigeon Forge. Yes, she partnered with the Hershend family to redevelop the existing Silver Dollar City Park into Dollywood. All right, question number 7. What is the name of Dolly's autobiographical song about a garment her mother stitched together from scraps? Starting the timer. I believe there was some chat about this particular song. What is the name of Dolly's autobiographical song about a garment her mother stitched together from scraps? Your choices are A, Coat of Many Colors, B, Sweater of Yarns, C, blanket of scraps, or D, dress of patchwork. Again, what is the name of Dolly's autobiographical song about a garment that her mother stitched together from scraps? A, coat of many colors, B, sweater of yarns, C, blanket of scraps, or D, dress of patchwork. Correct answer is coat of many colors. The song details how her mother sewed the garment while telling her the biblical story of Joseph. Okay, let's see what we got here. Dolly made her theatrical debut in which 1980 hit comedy? Your choices are A, Straight Talk, B, Steel Magnolias, C, Rhinestone, or D, 9 to 5. Let's start the timer. Dolly made her theatrical debut. This is question number 8. Made her theatrical film debut in which 1980 hit comedy? Your choices are A, Straight Talk, B, Steel Magnolias, C, Rhinestone, D, 9 to 5. All right. Love this movie. Such a fun movie. And correct answer is 9 to 5. She starred alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, earning 2 Golden Globe nominations for her debut performance. Moving on to question 9. What is the name of her literacy program? The program that she founded in 1995 that mails free books to children. Start the timer. Your choices are A, Reading Rainbows, B, Children's Bookshelf, C, Imagination Library, or D, Storytime Scholars. Again, the question 9, is what is the name of the literacy program Dolly founded in 1995 that mails free books to children? Your choices are A, Reading Rainbows, B, Children's Bookshelf, C, Imagination Library, or D, Storytime Scholars. Correct answer is, of course, we've talked about it a bunch tonight, Imagination Library. She launched the program in honor of her father, who was smart and hardworking, but never learned to read or write. One more question, question 10. We'll do that one before we move up to, before we get scores again. So question 10, I'll start the timer right now. Who did Dolly famously team up with for the 1983 hit duet, Islands in the Stream? Your choices are A, John Denver, B, Kenny Rogers, C, Chris Christopherson, or D, Willie Nelson. Again, the question is, who did Dolly famously, ever so famously, you can tell it's generated by AI, the question, and yes, I used AI to generate the question. Sorry, folks, if that's bothersome to you, but words like famously, who really says that? But anyway, who did Dolly famously team up with for the hit 1983 duet, Islands in the Stream? Your choices are A, John Denver, B, Kenny Rogers, C, Chris Christopherson, or D, Willie Nelson. And the correct answer, folks, is, of course, Kenny Rogers. The Bee Gees penned a theme or track, became a worldwide smash hit, and cemented their lifelong friendship. Indeed, it did. All right, I'm going to stop there for a minute, go full screen. Here I am. No AI here, just me. We're got 5 more questions to do before we finish up this Dolly Parton trivia quiz. But I thought, yes, I believe it's a good time to get scores. Let's see. Tom, a.k.a. the Hungry Jerk, 9 out of 10. Government Phone wants to know if I watched the Gambler TV movies. Oh, you better bet you. I sure did. Oh, Ward Arcade says famously. Okay, not always AI then. Unless, Ward, are you AI? You're not AI, right? I know. I'm just joking. Channel member Angela McCardle, 10 out of 10. Chris is 5 out of 10. Channel member Tracy Rothmeyer, 7 out of 10. Government Phone, 10 out of 10. Channel member Sean Innes, also known as Dave Innes, 6 out of 10. Channel member Queen KC2, 10 out of 10. Ward Arcade, 10 out of 10. Channel member Rachel in 208, 10 out of 10. And Nick Mamonis, not rocking it tonight, 10 out of 10. Boy, so many of you are doing so well. Gary Carpenter, 10 out of 10. Albert Nada Retro, 9 out of 10. And Andy Monte Mayor, 8 out of 10. And Roro, 1263, J6J, 10 out of 10, and Terrell Bellinger, 10 out of 10 as well. Hopefully, I say this every time, and I really mean it. Best score that could be is fun out of fun. Having a good time. Having a good time hanging with us tonight. Yeah, I already read it. I read the piece. Did you miss it, Albert? I already read your piece. So I found it and shared it with everybody. Let's see. Channel member Angela McCardle says, I'm not a huge country fan, but I love Dolly. You know, country's not my favorite genre of music either, but I love Dolly as well. I love Dolly as well. All right, we got 5 more questions. Let's pound through these so that I can go watch Lanterns with my son, Evan. It's on HBO Max, and we're up to the 3rd episode, and it has been phenomenal so far. Totally off topic, sorry folks, but really excited to watch that episode with my son tonight. Next question, question 11. Dolly has been married to the same man, or was married to the same man, since 1966. What was his name? What is his name? Your choices are, let me start the timer. A, Greg Perry. B, Sandy Gallen. C, Carl Thomas Dean. Or D, Richard Dennison. Again, the question is, Dolly has been married to the same man since 1966. What is his name? Your choices are A, Greg Perry. B, Sandy Gallen. C, Carl Thomas Dean. Or D, a feller by the name of Richard Dennison. What do you think? What is it? All right, correct answer, of course, is Carl Thomas Dean was the man that she was married to for 59 years. He is known for completely shunning the spotlight and rarely accompanies her to public events. Next question, question 12. All right, let me get over here and we'll start the timer. In 1996, the first mammal, this is a little bit of a different question, successfully cloned from an adult somatic cell was named after Dolly. What type of animal was it? Your choices are A, sheep. B, a mouse. Who knew you were going to get a science question, right? C, a horse. Or D, a rabbit. In 1996, the first mammal successfully cloned from an adult somatic cell was named after Dolly. What type of animal was it? Choices are sheep, mouse, horse, or rabbit. Correct answer is sheep. The scientists named the clone sheep Dolly because the DNA came from a mammary gland cell. That's funny. I did not know that. Okay, here we go. Question number 13. Which iconic song did Dolly allegedly write on the same exact day as I Will Always Love You? Starting the timer, your choices are A, Here You Come Again. B, Love is Like a Butterfly. C, Jolene. Or D, Two Doors Down. Again, the question is, which iconic song did Dolly allegedly write on the exact same day she wrote I Will Always Love You? Your choices are Here You Come Again, Love is Like a Butterfly, Jolene, or Two Doors Down. Correct answer is Jolene. During a 1973 writing session, she remarkably penned both of these massive, enduring hits back to back. Question number 14. Dolly starred alongside Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine in which classic 1989 dramedy film? Starting the timer, your choices are A, Sweet Home Alabama. B, Steel Magnolias. C, Rhinestone. Or D, Fried Green Tomatoes. Again, the question is, Dolly starred alongside Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine in which classic 1989 dramedy film? Your choices are Sweet Home Alabama, Steel Magnolias, Rhinestone, or Fried Green Tomatoes. Correct answer is Steel Magnolias. She delivered a memorable performance as Truvy Jones, the gossipy but fiercely loyal beauty parlor owner. One more question, folks. Dolly famously used her acrylic nails as a makeshift percussion instrument while recording which hit song? And folks, I do not know the answer to this question, so I may answer it wrong. But that's okay. I'm going to give it my best shot. Let me start the timer. Dolly famously used her acrylic nails as a makeshift percussion instrument while recording which famous hit song? Your choices are 9 to 5, Coat of Many Colors, Jolene, or Here You Come Again. Holy cow. I do not know the answer to this one. I'll start the timer. I'm not looking at the chat. What could it be? I don't think it was Coat of Many Colors. I don't think it was Jolene. 9 to 5. She rubbed her long acrylic nails together to mimic the sound of a clacking typewriter. Holy cow. Woo! That was close. So A is the correct answer. 9 to 5. 15 out of 15 for me tonight. All right. Let me go ahead and go full screen again. We'll get final scores from everybody else. Let's see. Terrell Bellinger, 15 out of 15 tonight. Yes, and Rachel, the channel member Rachel in the 208. Remember that Olympia Dukakis was in Still Magnolias. She sure was. Channel member Angela McArdle, 15 out of 15. Not too shabby at all. Can't do any better than that. Government phone only got one wrong. Nicely done. Chris got 8 out of 15. 14 out of 15 for government phone. Andy Monte Mayer, 13 out of 15. Another nice score. Channel member Queen KC2, 14 out of 15. Ward Arcade, 15 out of 15. Yes, at last. Gary Carpenter, 15 out of 15. Nick Mamonis, 15 out of 15. Channel member Rachel in the 208, 15 out of 15. I'd say we know our Dolly Parton trivia, right? Dave Innes, channel member Dave Innes, 10 out of 15. Raja 1938, 14 out of 15. Hungry Jerk, a.k.a., well, no, Tom, a.k.a. McCluskey, by the way, a.k.a. The Hungry Jerk, 14 out of 15. Roro, 1263J6J, 15 out of 15. Perfection. Albert Nadoredo says, yeah, thanks for reading it. You bet. I would have been sad if you'd missed it, Albert. I would have been so sad. Okay. What a night, right? We had to do it. Oh, Dolph Quick just joined, 5 out of 15. Great to have you with us, Dolph. We had to do it tonight. We had no choice. We had to get together and celebrate her life, Dolly Parton's life. What a wonderful woman. What amazing gifts she left behind. If we all could just be like Dolly, right? Be more like Dolly. That's it, folks. I sure hope you have. It's Monday, so we're just starting a week. I hope you have a tremendous week. And I thank each one of you for coming and spending a little bit of time with me tonight. And with that, I think I'm going to fire up. I fire up Fred, right? Maybe a little Batman beforehand, but fire up Fred and get us out of here. So thanks again, folks. Have a nice night.
Don't be a joker. Click on that little thumbs up icon and give this video a like.
You are special.
Click on that thumbnail cause it's time to go. Dave's got the classics, let the memories flow. TV shows and movies that we all hold so dear. On his YouTube channel he's keeping memories near. Dave Sundstrom, bringing back the good stuff, oh yeah.